guys? Justin with Ready Business Systems. This is the second video in a series I'm making about switching from Service Autopilot to Copilot and just going through the system. So the last video I went through each one of these tabs, got a basic understanding of how this works, and now I'm going to try to import some stuff. So let's see what we can import here. We got import your customer information, item, service, and expenses here. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go in here and we have import services and items, import expenses, import properties, import customers. So I was looking at this before the video, import customers and import properties, and it's really not clear which one you want to use. So I'm going to do a little test of their customer support here. Let's see, I thought I saw a help chat bubble previously. Alright, so I'm going to go support, let's try help articles, and here's a little chat bubble. Cool. Let's check out their customer service and see how this goes. Hello, I am setting up an account and trying to import my customer list. I see import customers and import properties. Can you tell me the difference? I see import customers and import properties. Can you tell me the difference? Because I did check out their, oh man, we usually respond immediately. All right, so let's try this. All right. Sales or support? Support. Talk to a human. Okay, so 8 a.m. PST. So yeah, it's 5 a.m. there. See, no, it's 7 a.m. All right, so they're not available yet, unfortunately. We're in Eastern Standard Time over here. So let's see, import. Let's see what they have in their help center here. Import settings, CSV imports. You see, all they have is import customers. See? But we got import customers and import properties. Import customers, and this video is not super helpful at first look. Once your file's ready, map to customers. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know the difference here. I downloaded both these spreadsheets to the same thing. So I guess I'll try this import customers here. So you can do is download a sample form and download the sample form. Okay, so that's downloading. And then we got this spreadsheet here, import customer samples. This is the format they wanted in. Cool. So I'm now going to go to Service Autopilot, and I'm going to go to CRM, and we're going to go to Clients. And we got our client list here. So we're going to check this off, and we are going to do actions, export clients. Cool. And then the other thing I'm going to do under CSV imports is I am going to go to import items and services, and let's see what they want for this. Okay, it doesn't look like we have a sample spreadsheet here. Click on the button below to upload a CSV text file with your items and services. Okay, so already, I mean, this is my first, 10 minutes using the software or whatever, and I'm already seeing a couple issues, just in this import. Like, why don't they have an example spreadsheet here, but they do in the other one? The problem is if you don't have a spreadsheet, you don't know what format they want it in, and it may not upload properly. So anyway, they just want us to import here, but they're not giving us a format. So I don't know what they want. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to import our services. So I'm going to go to Settings, Service Autopilot. I'm going to go to Services right here. And then I'm going to export this. Export. So the exports here go on my day screen. They don't usually take very long to process. And And by the way, this is what I did when I started working with, when I transitioned to Service Autopilot, is I tried it out for a while during the winter time to see how that went and see how I liked it. And then once I felt confident in their customer service, etc., and the software, I decided to make a full-on switch. So that's how I did it before. All right, so we got our service export here. I'm going to download that. Then we got our customer export, download that. So it may or may not be in the format they want. You know, it just occurred to me, like, in terms of transitioning stuff. Actually, I'm just remembering. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if we're going to, in terms of credit card information and stuff, we have to get that from all our customers again. I know when I switched from one credit card processor over to Clearant, they were able to encryptly transfer over the credit card information. So let's hope that is the case here. So right now we're still under our services. Let's see how this imports here. So downloads, and we got our import customer, import assets, spreadsheets. Okay, so it's called service, is the spreadsheet that downloaded. File extension error. Okay, so that file was called service 928. All right, click file to import. Service 928.xls. It doesn't like that. Okay. Well, there's a problem. Let's go explore that problem. Okay, so right here it says we need to upload a CSV or text file, and this is an XLS file, so that's why it doesn't like it, which is pretty easy to convert. Yeah, it's an XLS. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is open this file, and I'm going to convert it to a CSV. Not very user-friendly, though, so that's far. Alright, so here we are. I opened the file, right? It's in Google Drive, and you can see it's an XLS document, Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to go File, you download. So right now it is Excel, so we're going to download it as CSV because that's what they want. So something interesting I just wanted to point out is, like, see all these custom fields up here? Like, this is all information that comes with these services, the rate matrices, the description, and they're not specifying in this import section how they want it. You know, that's what those templates are for, to kind of show you the format they want it in. So let's see what happens. So now it's the right format, right? Now it's called service right here. Open. Alright, so this is just the default upload. Okay, now it wants us to map it. Alright, so this seems to have worked okay. Cool. Alright, so these are names of our services. And why are there only 2 listed here? Hopefully this is just a sample, because we have a lot more than 2 services, and this isn't, hopefully it's just a sample because there's only 2 listed here under service name, but clearly there's a lot more than 2. So let's see how this is going to work out here. So skip this field. Okay. Map this field. Parent service. Skip this field. Okay, so by default skipping it. So this is the parent category. So category. Okay. Map this service. This is going to be service name, right? This is going to be service name. Category. Code. Let's see if there's a code for this. Unit, tax, price. I guess there's no code. So where these fall into play is in Service Autopilot. These are kind of like short service names, so because you can't display this whole thing on the dispatch board, so they have these abbreviated names, and that doesn't appear to be an option, so we have to skip it. So we're going to lose this data. Show and snow, we're going to skip that. I think by default skipping them, I'm guessing. Okay, show and snow, estimates only, chemical tracking. This doesn't seem like stuff we're going to want to track here. Tax. So I think this is going to map to tax 1, I guess. Service mode. Unit. Okay, I guess I'll try unit per hour per square foot, right? Description. Invoice description. Description, that's pretty clear. Active or not active. I don't know. Skip it. Default rate. Map this field. Quantity, price. Okay. Minimum amount. So where this is in Service Autopilot, this is for a default. So if you want a minimum per visit, but it doesn't appear to be an option in this software. So we're going to lose that information, the minimum price per service. So as you can see, it's a big undertaking. You lose a lot of information with any transition. So it has to be pretty enticing to switch over here. Minimum visit charge, default budgeted hours. It's the same thing. It's like the minimum budget hours. We don't have that. The only thing we have left really is quantity and tax we can use. So we're going to lose the rest of this information. Pay on budget hours, yada yada. Account, class. So this is for QuickBooks Sync. Like, how do you map that income? So I don't know how that's getting done on their end. Account. So this is like financial to map to QuickBooks. Estimate description. What did I put over here? Description. Invoice description. Okay. Estimate description. So this is supposed to be. So we have to change something because this is the estimate description. You can put different in SA. You can put, I call that Service Autopilot. You can put a description in the estimate or in the invoice. So it looks like I may have selected one of the other invoice descriptions. Estimates only. I'm going to selected that field when I shouldn't have. Map this field. Description. We'll skip this one because that's the invoice description. We want to use the estimate description. And I gotta get rid of this mouse tracking. It's making this very difficult. So this one is going to be estimate description, right? Description. All right, and then we got call script notes, map this field. So quantity, number of visits. So this is going to be quantity, I think. Then we got call script notes. Sorry for all this highlighting here. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, there we go. Target price, average service years, matrix calculation. All right, so anything that wasn't there, we lost the information. So let's see what happens if we click Start Import. Okay, items and services pages. So, all right, cool. Yeah, that was successful. All right, so we don't have any pricing matrices for these. It looks like we have our services here. We lost the master services, I think. I'm not sure. Export. But it does look like it imported that whole list. I was concerned that it was only going to do some of them. Cool. So our services are in here. That means we can start dispatching jobs, presumably. All right. So the next thing I'm going to try to do is import our client list. So I assume it's going to be the same thing. I have to save as not XLS. Let's see. So we're going to go to CSV imports. Import customers. Again, I don't know what import properties is. So they want it to be CSV. So I'm going to do the same thing real quick. All right, so I just did that whole Google Sheets thing, saved it like I showed you last time. Select file to import, and this is going to be clients. Open. Open. All right, so that is importing. Okay, so this is kind of explaining my question about customers versus properties. So it says right here, when you import customers, we'll also create a property with the same address. Check this box and not create properties. So from that, it sounds like you only need to import the customers and create a property. If you want to create properties and not associate a client name to it, I suppose, you would use the other option. I don't know. We can check existing customers and not create new ones if they already exist with the same name or email address. Okay, check this box to choose not to duplicate names. Check this box to choose not to duplicate email addresses. Okay, I'm just thinking there. So one option is going to create more clutter. I bet we could do this later. I don't think I think I'd rather duplicates in there and manually filter those versus having it just not bring the information in. So I'm going to let it duplicate, not to duplicate email addresses. Okay. For the invoice delivery method, please choose the following email options. Dropped off a property, post email, email, text message. Okay. That's cool. They have text message, invoice options. Check this box not to duplicate names. Check this box not to duplicate email address. For the same email address, I could take this risk here. It's probably the same property, right? But we might have, you know what, we might have multiple properties for the same, for clients that have few properties. Like I have several properties that my company manages, and that would then only bring in one of my accounts. So I don't think I'm going to do that. All right, so apparently that template I didn't need to use anyway. It's asking me to manually map these fields. So this field, customer type client, right? Let's see if there's anything in here. Title, postal code, latitude. There's a lot of information here to map. Skip this field. Okay. Contact title, client name. Let's see. Customer first name, last name, customer name. I'm going to go with that one. First name, that's pretty clear, right? Client first name, last name, client last name. I think what I'm going to do is I don't want all this information visible on here, so I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Alright, so I've just been going through mapping these fields here, and client source, like where they found you in terms of marketing, I think that's important, and we don't have a way, we're going to lose that information, unfortunately. I guess I could stick in customer notes for now or something, but how are they tracking where these leads are coming from? We're also losing this client send state, like when we got the client, when we got the leads, so we're losing some marketing data there. All right, so we're losing salesperson and customer service representative associated with each account. They don't have those capabilities. Last invoice date, it's not super important. Last invoice amount, not super important. Invoice delivery, so how we're going to send it to them. So allow email, allow phone call, allow text message. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Allow email. This is probably their preferences. Credit card, email 1. Oh, invoice delivery. Okay, there we go. Cool. Payment type. So what credit card they're going to use. I think this is going to have to come in separately. We'll check with support about that because we have all our credit cards on file, right? All right, we have invoice frequency, which for some clients is weekly for the most part, but they also have daily and monthly options, and I'm not seeing an ability to save that information. So if anyone's on a different billing schedule, we're going to lose that. All right, billing terms. So when the bill is due, and I'm not seeing anywhere to map that. So I guess I can put in customer notes for now. But we're going to lose that information probably if you have bit different billing schedules for maybe commercial versus residential or what have you. Sales tax code. This doesn't apply to us. But I can see if they have a sales tax option in here. It's tax exempt, I guess. Okay. All right. So this office notes, I think we're actually going to need for the office notes. So we're not going to be able to put the billing frequency in there. So I'm going to have to go back here to this. Billing terms, I have it under customer notes. We're going to have to not map that one, so we're going to lose that. Let's go back over here to the office notes. So this is going to be our customer notes. And where that appears here is if we go here to dummy, just to kind of show you what's getting matched here. You can see the office notes are right here. These dummy notes, office notes, so that's what's getting mapped over here. So let's go back. Property boundary notes. So these are custom fields. That's kind of going to be a problem for us. Yeah. I wonder if they have custom fields, and if it's too late to do that. Well, we're going to have to go through this export, and we're going to have to get these notes and manually log them somewhere in the account. Maybe I'll try putting under number. I don't know what that is, but maybe I can map this somewhere. But in SA, they have custom fields, and there's a lot of them. So we're going to have to figure out where we're going to map these to. Birthday, some of it's blank. Packages. These are a lot of custom fields we have here. We're going to lose like the VIN of the equipment. I guess we're going to have to import that separately anyway. Yeah, so we have to cross-check some of this data. Ooh, property square foot. We definitely want that. Let's see. Yeah, so under square foot, I'm not seeing any of that information available here, but we don't want to lose that, I don't think, because we measured all these properties. All right, this one's actually our square footage field we use. Can I map this somewhere? Maybe I can save it to discount, customer type. Just wondering where I can save this to. Credit card, email, country. And try putting under title. This is just information I don't really want to lose here. So I don't know if it's going to allow me to put this information in the title, or if that's even going to be able to be referenced. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Coupon codes, one-time requested. A lot of this stuff isn't super critical, like the VINs. We'll put those in separately. Budgets, purchase price of the equipment. We'll have to do the equipment separately, I'm assuming here. Purchase client, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff in here. Miles from the shop. So we use this for our drive time calculations. We're going to have to manually put that somewhere. I don't know if I can map this anywhere. Miles from shop. Yeah. Customer type. That's going to be commercial or residential. I can try putting it in there. I don't know. Oil filter. Estimate details. That's okay. Call follow-up notes. Price. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so I'm not seeing a whole lot of stuff that's really critical. So we're definitely losing some information here, right? So let's see how this import goes. Start import. Alright, so after all that work, I just got a message that there's an error in the CSV file when I tried to import that. So it doesn't like the email address field, it looks like. Try searching for email, invoice delivery, email address. Alright, so we're going to have to redo all that, and I found out what the problem is. It didn't like, in Service Autopilot you can put multiple email addresses in. So just to show this as an example here, you can put a semicolon here, and you can send this to two separate people, right? Blah blah blah.com, and any ones that exported this into one field, it doesn't like that in there. So it says invalid email address. So it's not letting me import the list, which means I have to start it all over again. So I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to, I guess, try that again later. And I'll piece it together with this video. And look at this. I just got a message here. Hey, Justin, we treat customers and properties as separate entities. The property is attached to the customer, but it's its own thing. The customer contains all the information for that person, blah, blah, blah. Multiple properties. Got it. Okay, so I'm just going to ask him right now. And apparently, they weren't open yet, but he still responded to my message. Okay, thank you. I just got an error. I'll pause this while I type this out. Alright, so I just let him know about my issue, and we'll see what he says here. But I'm also wondering if this is going to be an issue, what we'll figure out later regarding the entities and the customers. If we're going to have an issue because we just imported them all as customers, and there may be some customers with multiple properties, so we'll find out about that. Alright, so I think what we do is I'm just going to stop this video here, and the next video I'll resume after, because I think this may be a unique situation. Although anyone switching from Service Autopilot to Copilot is probably going to have this issue until it's resolved. So we had two email addresses that are in the email field separated by a semicolon, which was Service Autopilot's format for getting multiple email addresses in to send to, say, for example, an invoice to two different emails at the same time. It doesn't appear that Copilot has this capability. I don't know yet until I dig into the client screen. But I'm going to get that resolved on my end, and I'll brush on that on the next video. But on the next video, I'm going to assume that the customers are imported and the services are imported, and we have our imports done, and we're ready to start setting up the system there. So we'll continue on the next video. Subscribe if you want to follow the next videos, and check out the website, readybusinesssystems.com. I will catch you guys next time.